I like that.
Party on, everybody. I am gone for the day. This isn't Brent. This is Brent's alter ego. How's it going? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rock and Roll Wednesday with our fabulous, fabulous guest, Andrew Scivally. Did I say the last name correctly?
Scivally.
Scivally. Dang it. Why do I get that wrong all the time? I think it's probably because I just call you Andrew. Hey, just so hold on, sit tight for a second, and let me tell everybody a little bit about TLDC today, and I'll turn that music down just a little bit. Hey, TLDChat, Training, Learning, and Development Conference and chat and community. We're here hanging out. Anybody that's here that's a first-timer, I apologize if this is totally freaking you out, but we're normally quite professional here, but maybe not today. It is Rock and Roll Wednesday for the first time for multiple reasons, which we will get to momentarily. But we've got a great guest here today, and I don't want to take up too much time. I want to save as much time as we can for the conversation. But let me just tell you that we're here every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. UK time, or Marco time, as I like to say, our good friend in the UK. Do we have our international representation here today? We can't start until we have at least somebody from outside the U.S. That's just a rule I started. So, quick, somebody get some folks from the UK in. Hey, we've got an event coming up in January 29th and 30th. In Phoenix, Arizona. Jump in and get registered. And we also have a fantastic membership option for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that when we get to the halfway mark and I take a little break. But without any further rambling from me, let me reintroduce Andrew. Let me just leave it at that because I just don't want to butcher the last name again. How the heck are you?
Thank you, Garth.
Hey. Party on.
Party on.
So I take the hat and the wig off to take it a little bit more seriously, but then I'd have bad hair day. Not that this is a bad hair day. But anyways, hey, so we've got some new people in the room, I think, and that may not know who you are or who the ELearning Brothers are, so why don't you just start us with the basics?
All right. Well, hey, everyone. My name's Andrew Scivally. I'm one of the founders of ELearning Brothers. And, I don't know, we started 8, 9 or something years ago, and obviously did start it with my brother, hence the name ELearning Brothers. So it was a pretty easy choice for us. But so we're based out of just south of Salt Lake City, Utah. And this is where we basically have most of our employees. There's about, 60 or so here, maybe a few more. And the rest are working from home in various areas. So happy to be on and looking forward to whatever questions you've got.
Outstanding. Well, we're going to have a ton of questions. I'm certain of it, but sorry, I'm pulling up your website so that I can share with everybody who you guys are and the folks that maybe don't know or maybe haven't engaged before. Let's get that cranked up here. So if you don't know, so how did it all start? I mean, I vaguely remember the very first website you guys posted, and I think I got turned on to you guys from a blog post or something like that. And man, you guys have grown in amazing ways. How did that all happen?
Well, so it was back in really 2008. my brother had a kind of a family issue and ended up, he was out in Ohio and ended up needing to move back out to Utah. And I had, in the last couple of years, just before that, I had ended up moving out here to Utah as well. And so kind of went through a family issue there, and we were trying to figure out how to deal with that. And we were sitting down one day in front of really a movie theater. And I'm the oldest brother, so my youngest brother was sitting there with me, and then we had a younger brother there also. And we were all kind of chatting and stuff like that, and said, well, what are we going to do? And we're like, I don't know. And we thought, well, let's start up a company. We've always wanted to do a company together.
Yeah.
And so we said, all right, that's a cool idea. Okay, well, what kind of company do we do? Well, all I've ever done is build e-learning courses. And my brother's a visual artist guy, and he was also building e-learning courses. And I was working at Zions Bank, a regional bank out here in the West.
Yep.
My brother was working for Wendy's Corporation out of Columbus, Ohio. And we said, well, we know how to do one thing, and that's build e-learning. So our company should probably be somewhere in the e-learning industry. And then we said, okay, next step, what do we call this thing? And we thought, well, we're brothers, and it's going to be an e-learning. So how about ELearning Brothers? And so kind of roundabout way, we ended up calling it ELearning Brothers. I initially wanted it to be called just Learning Brothers. He wanted to put E on there and just kind of focus us in on online training in that world and
Sure.
help specify that a bit. And that was great. So we ended up starting there. And our big idea was we were going to do custom projects. Well, yeah, OH. That's for the Ohio people.
Yes.
He did it. He said, IO. You always tell whether they're true Ohio people around. Anyway, so I don't remember what I said. Oh, our big idea. It was we were going to build projects for people, right? We were going to find projects and build those. And so kind of at nighttime and stuff like that, I was still working full-time running training for a bank, and I kind of reach out to people, try to find projects, and it's hard. My brother was doing ELearning Brothers, pretty much full-time from home, and he's more introverted, want to be creative and stuff like that. So I kind of tee up a project, say, hey man, go call these guys and talk to them. And that didn't really happen. And so anyway, he started up a website called elearningtemplates.com. He started building these little Flash games and stuff.
Yeah.
And he actually sold one, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute. You mean you sold something on the internet and you didn't have to actually talk to someone? And we're like, we made $50 on the internet. And then like 1 month we're like, we made $800 on the internet. Are you kidding me? And so it's like one of those late night infomercials where it's like, you too can make money while you sleep on the internet. And so
All right.
it kind of got addictive. We'd wake up in the morning, first thing you do is pull out your phone and try to figure out how much money you made overnight. But anyway, so for us, it just started like that. Hey, look, let's forget about projects and people's timelines and customers getting mad about stuff, whatever. And we just started building templates. Yeah. And it really worked out for us. We went all into that, just us two working in our basements from home. And that's really where it all started.
Man, yeah, and you guys have come a long way for sure. So it's like you struck a nerve with selling the templates, right? I mean, it was like nobody knew that there was such a huge need until somebody had something out there, and everybody was like, "Oh yes, we want more of that," right?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of this obvious yet not obvious thing. In all my positions before leading dev teams and all that, we always built templates and assets. Yeah. I mean, we always ended up having a group folder somewhere where we collected stuff and put it all in there. And so as we started building out this stuff and selling it, and it started clicking our heads, well, yeah, duh, everyone does this. We were just trying to kind of formalize that. And I would love to say that we were really smart and were able to have this huge business plan and all this kind of stuff, but honestly, it started very small, and we kind of were able to, I guess, squeeze into a market there that wasn't being filled. It worked out for us. So
yeah, that's awesome.
that was nice.
It's great. I mean, I remember seeing the websites first and seeing you guys grow, and then seeing you grow at the e-learning guild at the events, and the size of your booth growing every year, doing such a great job at marketing. You guys should start like an event marketing consulting agency or something. You do it. You guys, seriously, you do it better than any other company out there. I mean, just, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you guys.
Our thought on marketing has been, we do a ton of blogging and all that kind of stuff, and just since we started out small, doing organic blogging and working through all that was cheap and easy. That's all we could afford. We couldn't afford to go do ads and all that stuff and do big sponsorships and stuff. But that allowed us to connect kind of at the grassroots level with developers. So our whole mission is we really want to create e-learning rock stars. We want to empower people to do something on their own and become better at it and build great e-learning. And that's really why we started giving out source files and doing all that. So we really want them to be better because they've been exposed to us at some point and using templates or whatever it is. The marketing side, it was the first conference. It was, I forget which year. I want to say it was DevLearn, maybe 2012, maybe 2013, probably 12. We brought on another partner named Curtis, and he loves shows, just loves planning out shows and live events and all that kind of stuff. And so we let him go after DevLearn.
Uh-oh.
And that was the first DevLearn where the slow clap evolved from that. A lot of the rockstar theming evolved from that. We brought 20, 30 or whatever employees, and this natural just thing happened there, and it just grew, and we used a lot of that now in the future. And I remember sitting there one night at the hotel room, and my brother and I, it was one of those 2 bedrooms, right? And I'm sitting there in bed, and I kind of leaned over to him, and I'm like, Sean, can you believe what just happened today? Like, did that really happen? And just the amount of buzz and how everything went crazy, and it was awesome. It's just kind of this organic thing that happened for us.
Right.
The bro band evolved out of that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The bro band. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I got one back here. This is our new one, actually.
Oh, good. New bro bands. All right. Maybe we should do a giveaway later.
They're coming out this year. This is this one's a little rolled up here. This is the new bro band with all the fire and stuff on it.
Nice.
So we got flames. but yeah, just kind of came out of that. And then we fully embraced the conference strategy and said, you know what? E-learning conferences are boring, really boring.
Shh, no, they're not. Come on. We're trying to fix that part. So
traditional e-learning conferences are boring. And there is no reason why you can't go there and have fun and be a little bit, loud. And people are people, and they like to connect, and they like to be exciting and emotional and and entertained and all of that. So that's what we want to do.
It's always funny. I always feel like of all the industries that should realize that we need to be doing events differently, you'd think we would be the ones to figure that stuff out. So,
well, it's,
I don't
know. You go to some conferences, right? Like CES.
Oh yeah.
Some of the big consumer shows, they're awesome.
Yeah.
There's music, there's stuff going on everywhere.
Yeah. It's
crazy. And then you get to training conferences, and everyone's all formal and got to be corporate, and that's fine, but it didn't fit our brand.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys definitely turned the table on it. That's for sure. But it helps you guys to stand out. So one of the things we like to do is we like to talk practical stuff here. I just want everybody to get kind of an idea of who you guys are, what the ELearning Brothers are, kind of how you came about and what you do. Everybody's got the link. I think Craig dropped it in the chat. what do you see like in your customers or when you're talking to people at events and things like that? Like, where's the angst currently in the industry, right? Like, what are people now starting to say they need from you, or, where's the pain point, or where do you see like a big shift or something changing? I mean, is there anything?
Yeah. I think for us, we're hearing a couple things. So, and I guess the things that keep me up at night are always thinking about, what's the next product and things like that. So trying to figure out what's a hole in the market or something that I think is underserved or somewhere where we can do it better. But so an angst that I hear and I feel, one is around just the quality of learning. So there are a lot of authoring tools out there, and they're growing, and these rapid authoring tools are going crazy. A ton of people are using, Captivate and Storyline, Lectora, and all that, and all the newer kind of mobile-first tools, your Gomos, Elucidats, Adapt, all that. So what's happening now is you have just hundreds of thousands of people building training that have absolutely no idea about instructional design or anything like that. So they're just building tons of stuff. And I think what I'm hearing is a lot of people saying, hey, this is getting out of control a little bit. And there's just a ton of content that nobody knows if it's, a lot of it's not good. And a lot of people know it's not good. And we're not I don't think we're doing ourselves any favors in the industry. We're building a lot of stuff that just doesn't have any real benefit.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing a lot of stuff there and trying to get back to, it's not just about, can you build the content and is it interactive and can you click on something, make it pop up? But how can you put some design models behind that and make it more effective? And so that's some of the stuff we're looking at now with the templates. What kind of instructional design methodologies and stuff can we build into some of those and package those?
Yeah. Can you templatize instructional methodologies?
Well, what we're thinking about is partnering up with, we've got some kind of thought leaders in the industry, and partnering up with them and saying, hey guys, help us out here. Look at, if you could build out template sets, what would they look like? And can we build some of those models into it? Can it be a package together as an example and things like that? So maybe some more education and training around why we do certain things. And but another big one we're hearing is just, games. Obviously, it used to be that people say, no, you can't have games in corporate training. Well, that's a bunch of baloney. You get on an airplane and you walk through first class and you've got all these people there, all whatever, fancy first class. Well, every single one of them, they're playing Candy Crush or they got their clans out and they're trying to, defend their clan or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So everyone loves games. And yes, certain organizations have a different level of tolerance for those. But so we're looking a lot at just high-end gaming, leaderboards. How can you track what's going on there? How can you drive behavior? And getting a lot more into that. I think that's a big part of the future. People want great games, but it's going to be really hard for anyone to build a great game using just Storyline or Captivate or something like that. You need a better platform.
Yeah, you need those platforms too to help support that kind of stuff, right? If you want to do the tracking and get the data in there, and then you need the platforms that can gather the data and make those dashboards that show the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, leaderboards, and can you get question level analytics? Can you actually see what people are answering and how they're doing, and then modify the quizzes and the games and stuff? And really what you're seeing with these games, though, is just it's driving adoption. It's actually they'll work harder. They're more incented just because it's a game and has a leaderboard at the end. Yeah. So, we're seeing a lot of good stuff there and working hard on figuring out how to get something like that out to market.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm looking forward to that for sure. So do you guys still do custom course content for people?
We do. So kind of interesting story there. We, in about 2012, every custom thing we'd get before that, I would just send off to friends. I'd say, hey, look, we don't do that here. you guys want to do that for me? And, someday when you have some template thing, send it my way. Anyway, we did that for a while until this one, I had a friend come back and he's like, man, thanks, Andrew. That was awesome. And I was like, well, what was it? He's like, well, it was like a $500,000 project and he threw out a big name. I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah, how'd I get rid of that?
I know. I'm like, okay, there has got to be a better way to be. We've got to be able to fit custom work into this company somehow.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one running it. I don't want to be on phone calls and project calls and dealing with whatever customer when they're mad that, we built something that doesn't work in IE5 or whatever it is. So
Netscape.
I don't know if you knew this, but responsive mobile learning doesn't work in IE5.
Good to know. Note to self, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, so
it's classic.
I don't know. I looked around a couple of times and we tried to find my proposal was to some people, hey, look, come into ELearning Brothers, start up our custom division. And I've got tons of leads and tons of people coming in on the template side. We'll introduce you to those and let's build out that part of the business. And it wasn't really working. And I finally found Rich and Todd, and they came on and started that custom division of the company. And I said, here's the deal though. I'm not giving you any money to start it. I'm not funding this thing. You've got to come in. You've got to build out the pricing models, the team, the structure. You got to build out everything, and do it within the company and the brand and all that. But we don't have a ton of cash flowing around to like cash flow this thing. And
right.
They did it. They did an amazing job, and it's at least it's been running 50% of our revenue for a while now. And they're doing an amazing job and they're getting awards, and I'm really happy they were able to figure that out.
Awesome. So kind of along those lines, we have a question in the Q&A box, and it's from Craig Seibert, and he says, how do you feel about engines like Unity for creating games to be used in learning? Is that overkill or the future?
I think it's the future. So Unity is actually one of those products we've looked at and thought, do we need to build templates for that?
I was going to say, can you even do templates in Unity? I guess maybe you could. Yeah.
Yeah, they have marketplaces and stuff out there. And
okay.
We thought about that, and we keep coming back to your normal e-learning developer that's using a Storyline or whatever. They're not Unity developers, so it's usually a different crowd for us. But the games and stuff that we're working on, it's a lot of Unity work. So games, and then just the VR stuff. So VR games, that's going to be what's awesome in the future, when you can step inside of Candy Crush and answer a few questions or do like a live video role play with someone. Yeah. And then you level up and you get to do something, right? So absolutely. I think Unity's killing it. We're seeing a lot of really great games around that, but mostly we're seeing VR stuff around that. Okay. And I do think VR is going crazy. We're getting custom projects for that now on how to mix different fluids together and show things, and it's awesome. I'm really excited to see where that goes. Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic platform. I always knew that kind of stuff was going to be good, but my litmus test is always going to the ITSEC conference in Florida, the military training and simulation show, and there is always a games for learning section or an area where different people can submit, and they have a contest and to see who's got the best learning games. And I can remember a long time ago, but the first time I went, it was when Flash first came out, and everything there was done in Flash. And then all of a sudden, Flash became this really great, you saw Flash get really big. Well, this past year when I was there, or maybe it was the year before now, but everything was Unity, the whole entire thing, all the games. I think maybe there was one game built in HTML5 or something like that. But the majority of the games that were really taken, the highlights of the show, it was all Unity. So it just kind of solidified that idea that, that's
that's the future right there. Authoring tools like
Absolutely.
Unity. It may not end up being Unity, but something like it along those lines is definitely where we're headed. Feels like it to me, anyways. So
Hey, so
yeah, go
I
ahead.
see this. I see this reflection in your glasses. Do you have like 15 monitors in front of you?
Oh yeah, well, I have 3 of them. Yeah.
Oh, three. Okay, that's like more.
I'm easily distracted.
Wow.
Well, so I have the yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize that was so clear. I should probably take the glasses off. But yeah, so
No, it looks high tech.
I keep the web stuff over here. I keep your picture or the live stream as close to the camera as I can. So when I'm looking at you, it kind of seems like I'm looking at the camera, even though I'm maybe looking just a little bit away. And then all of the Twitter and chat stuff going on the other screen down there. So
I didn't know you were wearing your KISS hat either. If I had known that, maybe I would have put on all the face paint and stuff this morning.
oh, excellent. And that's not you that dresses up, is it?
No.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's hired.
So I have a little story about Gene Simmons, or the impersonator Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
So we've had him at a lot of different conferences lately, and he travels with us all over the United States.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Really, really nice guy, and his real name is Tony. And so, but he is, if this makes sense, he's a real Gene Simmons impersonator. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, maybe.
That's his full job, a full-time job. That's all he does is go around and impersonate Gene Simmons?
He's a painter. He does like house painting, stuff like that. But most of his work is done around impersonating Gene Simmons.
Nice.
And I guess you get licensed, and you have to like be the real deal and licensed to do this. But he will actually go and like open up for the guy. He's met him multiple times. They have like little get-togethers where all the Gene Simmons impersonators come in. And it takes him about 3 hours to put on all the makeup and the leather and the wings and the boots and everything else.
Yeah.
But basically I get this call early one morning at a hotel, and he's like, hey Andrew, can you come up to my hotel room and help me out? Yeah, sure.
Oh, no.
But I get up there, and he kind of goes like this. He puts his arms out like this, and he's just in his spandex and everything, right? Puts his arms out like this, and he's like, hey, come into my room for a second. Can you help strap on my wings? And I'm like, I've never been in a hotel room early in the morning with a man dressed like Kiss, help him clip on his leather wings before. This is a first for me. Super nice guy, though. We love taking him out to dinner after the shows, and we're all in our orange shirts, and we're kind of his entourage. We go everywhere, and everyone wants pictures with him. And
so they all think he's the real deal?
They all think we're a band of some kind. You're like, what is this mysterious e-learning rock star band? And
so my closest claim to fame with Gene Simmons was sitting next to him and playing blackjack in Vegas with him and his wife. This was a long time ago, before their TV show and all that kind of stuff. But
well, and again, wonderful guy, and we love having him come out there and be part of the brand and all that. And
it's cool.
Figure out now what's next. So
maybe this would help also clarify. So good segue. This somebody. I can stop answering that. Oh no, I can start answering that. Well, before I do that, that's why it's Rock and Roll Wednesday today, because the ELearning Brothers, if you've never been to an event and seen their booths, they have the Gene Simmons Kiss lookalike guy there. They have loud music. They throw great parties in the booth, and they do giveaways. And there's and the statue guy, the mannequin that's dressed up like the rock star.
That was pre-Gene Simmons.
Oh, that was pre-Gene. Okay, so we don't do the mannequin anymore?
No, they're alive now.
Oh, okay. We went from the mannequin to live Gene. That's how it went. Okay.
Well, one of the things that maybe not a lot of people know, but this particular Gene Simmons impersonator, he will actually breathe fire and spit blood if you have an appropriate setting. So I won't name show organizers here, but we got in trouble once for being a little bit too loud. And so the joke was always, whenever we're fed up and we want to be done with a certain show, what we're going to do is we're going to have, the very end, as we're walking out, we're going to have Gene Simmons just start blowing fire on the booth. The whole thing's going to be up in flames, and we're just going to walk out of the conference with all these flames going up behind us, and he's spitting blood all over the floor and everything, and we're like, rock on, and we'll just walk out.
Okay, you guys tell me when you're going to pull that off. I want to be there.
Yeah. We will never be invited back, but we figure, hey, if we're going to go out, we're going out.
A blaze of glory.
Absolutely.
Flames. Yeah. All right. So here's another question real quick. So back to some minor seriousness. So Craig also wants to know, do the ELearning Brothers have a distribution platform? I think he's asking that question for Mike in the chat.
Distribution platform. So
like,
I mean,
like an LMS, I guess, you know, to build your courses and deliver it and whatnot.
No, we strictly stay in the e-learning content world.
Okay.
So we're not a software company. We don't want to compete in the LMS authoring tool world. And so we kind of run a fine line of basically what we do is we look for ways that people are building training content, whatever tool it is in the world. I don't care if the tool is good or bad, really. I just care if the tool has a bunch of users. And so we'll go into that tool and try to build out engaging kind of interactive content, and then turn around, templatize that, and put it on the market. We're really close to all the authoring tools, and a lot of them are partners, and a lot of LMSs are partners. So we also try to stay away from saying, hey, these guys are number one, they're the best, all of that. I think a lot of the tools have strengths and weaknesses, and some are better at other things, and we kind of stay out of that. We talk a lot about them, and we try to kind of walk the Switzerland's path where we are neutral down the middle, and we'll help anyone with content.
Yeah. It's sometimes that's hard to do, being Switzerland, but you guys do it very, very, very well. Kara wanted to know why I was dressed like an extra from Wayne's World, but I think we already answered that. So unless you need more explanation, Kara, I'm not exactly sure how much further I can go with that.
And it's strange. I'm rarely the one that ever feels overdressed.
I know. Hey, you know, it's 8:35, and normally at about 8:30, I like to take a little break and give you a chance to just check out the chat, see if you missed anything, maybe chat with the folks in there. And while you're doing that, I will just make a couple announcements to everybody, and then we'll get right back at it and talk some more about templates and e-learning and all that awesome stuff. Sound good?
That'll work.
All right. So let me get back to this screen sharing thing here. All right, everybody. I know we've talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to emphasize it today during the break and say thanks to everybody, like I always do, for being a part of the community and helping the community grow by sharing with your friends. Maybe you don't want to share this episode because you don't want to scare them away, or maybe you do because they're fun people and we like having fun people. So, you know, you can always just like block out my side of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a poll up and see how many of you think I should keep the get up on, or how many of you think I should lose it. Then I'll let you decide. But we like to have a good time here, so that's all the fun. And we like to have great guests on, which is why Andrew's here. He's been in this industry a long time with us all. And so it's always fun to get his perspective on things, as we do from all of our guests, which is fantastic. So this is the value that we try to add to you in the training, learning, and development community, much like the ELearning Brothers likes to make you all look better by giving you the tools to be better at what you do. Our philosophy is exactly the same, except we just try to help you guys be better at what you do by hanging out every day for an hour and introducing you to cool people in the industry and talking shop and talking about the tactical, practical things that you can do to get better at the work that you do. Whether you've got the title of training or training manager or not, if you're doing the work of training, which a lot of people are that do not have the title, you know, we can help you. and just hanging out with us can be extremely valuable. So share it with all your friends. Let them know that we do this, and let them pop in for 15 minutes. And if they catch us on a good day, we may be talking about something that hits them right. But we also have a lot of recordings available from all of our past shows. By the end of the year, we'll have 250 different recorded episodes with at least one nugget of good content that somebody can enjoy in each episode. So, that's something we always strive for. But more than anything, it's the networking, right? It's meeting new people in the industry and getting connected. And another way you can do that and get more engaged with us as a community is to join our membership program. We're really, really excited about being able to offer this to you guys. And we have some big projects in the works for being able to ramp this up and to do some very cool things. The event is just one of them. The community is the main part, though. This is where we are introducing the idea of, I don't know, maybe you could call it flipped learning for the event industry, right? Let's bring the community together every single day in a chat format and basically have those hallway conversations that we all love so much at events. But let's do those first, and then let's go have an event together and hang out. So network, meet all your friends, and then finally meet them all face to face. So that's the drive and the angle we go for. And then you don't feel like you miss out. If for some reason you can't make it to the face-to-face event, you still get all the value of the content and the event and everything. Oh yes, now I don't feel so bad. Thanks.
Hey, I don't know what happened here, but Andrew had a call to take. Brett Michaels is here now.
That's all right, Brett. It's good to have you on the show. Party on. It's all good. But anyways, hey, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. We'll have, in about 20 more minutes left. So if you want to share with your Twitter feeds that we're hanging out, talking shop on training, learning, and development, let them know. And let them know we've got Andrew Scivally. Did I say that right this time?
No, Scivally.
Scivally, damn it. Sorry, somebody beat me.
So just think, if as long as we all get along, we can all be civilly.
Excellent. All right. I can remember that, I think.
Yeah, I only have one monitor. I can see my glasses. My other one's not turned on yet. So a little monitor envy going on here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, actually, I wish I had more. I always say, the more I have, the more I feel like I need more. That's the weirdest part. So that's all the craziness. So, all right. So we've got about 20 minutes left here. Let's talk about some more of the great fun and the excellent work of the ELearning Brothers. What's coming up in the future? Like, what do you guys see? We kind of touched on it from a games perspective and Unity and all that kind of stuff. But really, what are we looking at? What are we thinking about?
Well, my future. So next, this is totally not e-learning related, by the way.
No, that's right.
So Tuesday, I have my baby due.
Oh, hey, congratulations.
We've got another little girl coming.
Fantastic.
That's been 8.5, 9 months in the making. So we've been waiting for that. And what a lot of you may not know is that at ELearning Brothers, there are a ton of kids here. So I think kind of in the 5 or so families of the leaders here, I think there's like 30 something kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this one, this will be number 9 for my family.
Wow.
We've got three girls and then 5 boys and then a little baby girl now.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
So that's really the reason why we try to grow the company, is because there are way too many kids to feed. We've got colleges coming up. And
oh my gosh, I don't know how you're going to do that.
all that good stuff. So it gets a little busy. Todd has 8 kids as well, and Rich is 5, Curtis is 5, my brother's 5. Lightweights, I don't know. Those guys are only 5.
Yeah, so really, they're slacking big time.
Holy slacking! They'll get there someday. They'll grow up on that. But beyond all the the family stuff we're looking forward to, and looking forward to throwing them all back into school in 2 weeks also.
Right.
For us, we really, we've got a lot of things in the works right now, some big announcements that'll be coming out over the next 2 to 3 months or so.
Cool.
We are looking to own the e-learning content space. That's really where we want to play. We want to fill out that ecosystem. And there's all sorts of development and, like I said, gaming and things that we're going to be doing in the template world. We are, I guess, for lack of better words here, we're not content right now. There's a lot more we want to do.
Cool.
And we got a lot of organic plans. We have a lot of acquisition type plans and things like that we're pushing through right now. So we want to keep growing.
Yeah, it's awesome. And that's, it just reminds me too of, one of the things that we want to be able to do here at TLDC is to be able to help connect people who are looking for good people to work for them or work with them or collaborate with the community. And so is there any place where people can go if they're interested? If you guys are ramping up, you're probably going to be needing some good people to be on your team. Are there plans for any hiring soon or partnerships with some great developers?
Yes. So we have a lot of job openings right now. So we're looking for instructional designers, writers, just really good developers. Not everyone's here on site. If you're here in Utah, great. We'd love to talk to you. We're building out the sales team more. We've got some people moving around internally. So we've got an opening right now in our blogging content type position and social media position. Google pay-per-click position just opened up also. So there's a lot. Just out on our website, there's a hiring spot or something like that. I know there's a spot. Careers is on the website.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, we've got that. I think I have that. I could even show that probably, huh?
But we're doing a ton there. And really what we're looking for are people that want to be part of the story, want to be part of something bigger.
Yeah.
We're growing very quickly. That's what we enjoy. That's what we're pushing to do, and that's the path we're trying to take here. So things change a lot. We're just looking for those that are truly bought in on the vision of creating rock stars, that want to be part of something that's kind of bigger than yourself, and to come in and contribute, and just wear an orange shirt. That's all employees get a long sleeve orange shirt. So.
That's the only requirement, is you just have to want to be awesome, and you have to want to wear an orange shirt, and
yes.
And dress up like Gene Simmons if you can.
We don't even require that. So actually in the office, we do have a strict no spandex policy. So
there is a dress code in the office now, thanks to the Gene Simmons incident.
Yeah, you don't have to have your clothes matching every day. You can wear, I don't care if you wear your running clothes every day or whatever it is.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Good stuff. So, so any other questions from the chat, folks? I'll throw it out to them. I'm missing a lot of this great conversation going on.
Let's see here.
See if I missed anything.
Dana, maybe Dana. I'm sorry. Haynes, don't feel insignificant. Two is awesome.
Yeah, I have 3, so I feel a little better. I'm winning.
2, honestly, the second child rocked our world. It changed everything for us. And after that, it's like throwing another kid into the pack. They just all kind of go together. Don't even notice it. It gets easier. Don't worry.
It's just a group. It becomes a cluster of little people, and they just kind of take care of themselves. It's all.
And some people do ask us about orange. Where did orange come from?
Oh, that's a great question. All right.
And I have no idea, actually.
Great question requires a great answer.
maybe it was a ton of market research. We looked into, all the buying habits behind people that see orange first and the different tones. And we didn't do any of that. Really what it boiled down to is we kind of had an ugly business card that we didn't like, and my brother was messing around with it, and he chose orange for some reason. And we said, hey, that looks nice. Let's just do orange.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people were doing orange at the time. And orange T-shirts. In fact, in the back here, if you can see that, that's something out here. Well, whichever way I'm going here, that's one of the original first T-shirts that we ever had. And if this works here, I'll show this to you.
You gotta love the historic nature.
Yeah, right here. Here we go. If you can tell, it's just an iron-on. That's all we could afford were $7 T-shirts from Old Navy that were orange with a little iron-on that my brother created. And
that's bootstrapping. That's awesome. I love that.
That's where it started from.
Gotta love that.
But we're happy to say, it's been good, and we're still bootstrapping. We're not one of these companies with a ton of investment money behind us. We're doing it on our own with the help of an amazing community, and we're trying to just build a good product that people will buy, and then run a company on the cash and the profit that we make, and not go beyond ourselves.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Do you guys still do when you go to events? Do you just take everybody with and do a big Airbnb house and everybody just crashes in the house, or was that just for the one show? I vaguely remember you telling me that's what you guys did. I don't know.
We do that for some of our shows. Just depends how many people are there.
Yeah. So
we love to use Airbnbs. We save a ton of money that way, especially with a lot of people. We used to, and we still do a lot of this. Early on, we didn't even give guys their own bed. So it was everyone's like bunking up, and we're not paying for a bunch of extra spots. And so it still happens that way. I tease a lot of my business partners and stuff like that. I'm like, man, we've shared a bed in like 3 different continents, a whole bunch of different states, all to save a couple bucks. And I just think it's if you can save money and run a company like you probably do in your own personal life, be smart about what you spend. Don't be extravagant.
Yeah.
We put all that money back into the business and grow. And Airbnbs, again, you can have everybody there together. It's a lot more economical for us. One of our guys, a guy named Dan, he wanted to be with us, and we didn't have a position early on. I'm like, Dan, I'd love to hire you, but I don't have a spot. He said, listen, just let me come to DevLearn with you. Pay me $1. Just give me $1 to work for you for the day. I'll sleep on the floor. I don't care. I just want to be with, part of this and be with you guys. I said, $1 for a sales guy? Yeah, let's do it. And so he came down to DevLearn. He worked. I honestly don't think I ever paid him the buck. I'm sure it got lost somewhere in all of this. But that night, sure enough, we threw some couch cushions on the floor. He slept on the floor of the hotel room. And he's been with us ever since.
Oh, wow.
And we have a lot of stories similar to that where people will just say, hey, look, I am sick of the big companies where I'm at. I want to be part of something just fun with real people and people moving in from other states to be here. And, my goal is really just create a place where someone wants to be.
Yeah.
And let's get rid of the ego stuff. Let's get rid of all the stupid politics, and let's try to just be real people and grow a fun company that can do good things in the industry. And let's look back in a couple of years or whatever and say, hey, we're proud of that. That was a ton of fun, and it was meaningful. Yeah. We were able to balance out our families. It's what I refuse to do is be one of those guys who in 10 years from now turns around and says, hey, the company was awesome, but I wish I knew my kids, or I wish I would have spent time with my wife, or whatever it is. So I'm home every night by 6. I rarely work on a Saturday. I'm never working on a Sunday. And the only reason that I work and most of the leadership team here works, the reason you work is so that you can support your family and have a life.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to keep that balance. And we try to attract people like that. And let's work hard, let's get stuff done, and then let's be where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, let's just do a little wrap up here. I appreciate you hanging out today. Thank you so much for being silly with me and being okay with a Wayne's World lookalike for the day.
Well, you can be Garth and I'll be Wayne.
That's good. It's good. I like it.
He's going black hair.
Good
there.
Times. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think of what rock star do you look like? It's not Gene Simmons. I'm trying to think of what band it is. I totally had this 80s flashback. There's probably like 20 of them. Oh, maybe Rat. Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh yeah. The good old days. Well, it's awesome. So obviously people can reach you at ELearningBrothers.com. Are there any other places where people can reach out if they want to connect with you at all, or if easy ways to do it, or maybe what event are you guys going to be at next where people can track you down at your booth?
Our next event will be at the next big one's in DevLearn in October.
Yeah.
We've got a really cool thing going on there. We've actually taken over an entire stage, and we're doing a Rockstar series there. So we have a lot of speakers coming in and talking about cool things.
Nice.
And
well done.
So that's where we'll be at next. And I'm Andrew at ELearningBrothers.com. I mean, you can always email me.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, you know what? But I can't let you go without thanking you for supporting TLDC 16 as well. When Luis and I first launched this, you guys were there, and you sent a couple people out and had a booth there and supported us, and we're extremely grateful for you guys. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, it definitely it helped the event out a lot, and I hope our people got connected with you there, which I'm fairly sure they did. So all good stuff. Well, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and close your video window out, but you're still gonna be in the room, and you can hang out and chat with folks while I just do some wrap up stuff.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep, good to see you, Andrew.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Once again, thanks for Andrew for being here today from ELearning Brothers. What a fantastic day. It's kind of crazy, I know. So not all that professional. I took an informal poll and decided to just leave the wig on, in case any of you were wondering. But always good to have a fantastic guest on. And we've got another fantastic guest on before the end of the week, but I'm not even going to tell you who they are. We do a lot of great stuff here for you guys. We hope you all enjoy it, and we hope you appreciate it. We love you guys, and thank you all for being here. We couldn't do this without you. And be sure to hit up the membership page and send your friends and colleagues and everybody that you know. And be sure to join us every day, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and 4 p.m. UK time. I think I saw Marco drop in for a few minutes. It's good to see you, Marco. And everybody else, thank you so much. It's been a great day, and it's only going to get better. So everybody have a fantastic day. Hit up the ELearning Brothers on their website. If you have any questions, anything I can do for you or any one of our members, that's why we're here. Let us know, reach out, and we will help you in any way that we can. Everybody have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. That